Well, he was sent to Washington to fix America's failing economy. It's one of the issues that has plagued his presidency. And now Mr. Obama is returning his focus to creating jobs. CBN News Washington White House correspondent Jennifer Wishon has our top story tonight.
Despite spending political capital on Obamacare, gun control, and immigration reform, the White House says job creation has always been President Obama's priority one.
It's good to be home in Illinois.
He kicked off his economic refocus tour at Knox College, the place he gave his first major speech as a U.S. Senator. While the economy is stronger than it was when Obama was first elected and the unemployment rate has improved, at 7.6%, it's still high, and lots of Americans are struggling.
But with this endless parade of distractions and political posturing and phony scandals, Washington's taken its eye off the ball.
It's the beginning of an economic tour and offensive against Republicans. Think liberal Tea Party. Organizing for Action, the president's advocacy arm, born out of his campaign machine, is gearing up for activism in August, while members of Congress are on recess.
Hello, OFA!
The president addressed the group in Washington as it planned its strategy. The idea is to engage Mr. Obama's grassroots to promote his policies and gain leverage over Republicans in the midterm elections.
Are you still fired up?
If Republicans feel threatened, they're not letting on. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says all the president's generating is a collective bipartisan eye roll. Speaker John Boehner calls his efforts a hollow shell.
Well, it's an Easter egg with no candy in it. Because Americans aren't asking the question, where are the speeches? They're asking, where are the jobs?
This fall, Congress and the president will have to tackle the budget and debt ceiling, and the expected showdown over taxes and spending threaten to harm the nation's still fragile economy. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News, the White House.
Here to discuss the president's comments on the economy is Romina Bacha with the Heritage Foundation. Thanks for joining us, Romina.
Thanks for having me.
The president said Washington needs to shift its focus back on the economy, but he wasn't specific. Where should he and Congress focus?
We have a significant problem in Washington right now, which is that Washington is spending way too much. The public debt doubled under President Obama's watch, and now he and others are trying to focus on the fact that deficits have fallen in 2013. But they're only lower in comparison with the excessive trillion-dollar deficits we had over the past 4 years. Our debt situation has actually gotten much worse, and there's a lot of uncertainty that is holding back business investment and job creation today.
Is the president's outlook clear? I mean, where do we stand with the economy? Talk a little bit more about that.
Unfortunately, we heard the same old economic speech from the president as we've heard for the past 5 years. There weren't really any new ideas in it, so I don't expect to see very much coming out of it. I'm not sure why he's going around the country giving these speeches now when there isn't really any new ideas that would help resolve the issues that we have here in Washington. So I think the American people are looking for leadership from the president on resolving our budget challenges that we're facing right now. And he's not doing that.
Romina, will Congress tackle Obamacare? Will it make or break the economy?
The sequester, for example, they had cried wolf over it. It was going to tank the economy, but now the economy is growing slowly and has shown a great amount of resilience against spending reductions. What we need now is certainty over the long term. Now, what Obamacare does, it actually makes our deficit and debt problem worse over time. It adds about $1.8 trillion in additional spending over the next 10 years, and that comes on a debt that is already projected to be growing at $7 trillion. If you look at it from a household level, already the debt burden is $140,000 per household. We'd be adding about $60,000 on top of that. So it's a tremendous burden that is weighing down the economy, and those are the kind of programs that we need to stop now in expanding, like Obamacare, which would make the problem only worse.
And quickly, what do you think would help create jobs and give more security to American families?
Really, there have been a lot of policies that have created a lot of uncertainty. Obamacare still being phased in, and there are a lot of problems with the law we already know that are harming workers, that are harming businesses. Same with the Dodd-Frank financial regulation. On top of that, you have all this additional massive spending and the president wanting to do more of that from the government side. I think what we need to do is pare back a lot of these regulations, a lot of the spending that is causing so much harm over the long term, especially, so that we can have a robust economy for the private sector to create jobs that will allow the American people to have more prosperity.
All right, Romina Bacha with the Heritage Foundation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.